This is my sister, if you can't tell, and she's 44 years old, and she's not wearing any makeup, and she's reversed her aging. And there's a reason why I'm saying all of this. It's because she hand makes this tallow, which I've also been using for 6 months, and I'm very picky about what I do in my face routine. And I tried this, and I knew straight away that it was a staple for the rest of my life. And I will say that just because it's my sister making it, that is not why I like this stuff. In fact, my sister has tried a lot of things in her years, like a lot of people have, and I'm actually her worst customer. I really am pessimistic about some of the things that she's done. So the fact that I like this is just because it's amazing stuff and not because it's my sister. And I also want to say that my sister's not wearing any makeup, okay? This is how she looks all the time. And I think she's definitely reversed her aging. And unfortunately for me, some people ask if she's my little sister. And I just have to deal with that. But anyway, like, how embarrassed too. Sometimes, look, whatever you want to say. But I want to tell you guys about this product because it's affordable and it's really helped me and it's helped her and it's helped a lot of other people. And I would only ever sell a product on my platform that actually works because it's not worth the negative comment. It's just not worth it. But 80% of my sister's customers come back for more. And it's only $35, so it's not even like really expensive. So what's most important for me about this is that you make it yourself. Yeah. You source everything yourself. And everything comes from Australia as well. Yeah. And so Chantal, that's my sister's name, she's going to talk about this product, tell you how she makes it. So where do you want to start?
Yeah, well, I guess like how it started, just briefly, that I did start in the kitchen and just, seeing what else I could do. We have our own cows. And so we like to eat really cleanly, and so when we process a cow, there's obviously a lot of things. So we've experimented with lots of different pieces of the cow, and then the fat was one thing. So I started making cooking fat out of it, and then I explored what else could I do with it. So I did my first batch of skincare, and I brought it to Christmas?
Last year, 2023.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, because I wasn't here that one. Yeah. 23. And gave everyone some, and some of them kind of rolled their eyes.
Oh, I rolled my eyes. Well, here we go. But I was sold the first use, by the way.
But actually, anyway, you said it was amazing, and I thought I wasn't sure if you really meant it until you asked me for more.
Yeah.
And that's actually really the story in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Everyone that I gave it the trials to asked me for more. Some people even called me and said, can you please keep making this? And it's actually a really big job. So after my first batch, I was kind of considering whether or not I wanted to keep making it. But when I kept getting these calls, and I was obviously enjoying it myself, it really motivated me to keep going. So I've kept on going. And when the hardest person in our family said that they loved it, I was like,
I don't just look at that.
Someone who spends lots of money on expensive skincare, and her skin looks amazing.
Yeah.
But when she asked me for more, I was like, I'm on something.
I got into something. I like more. Yeah, it's true. Now, tallow has been talked about a lot online. A lot of plastic surgeons talk about it, and even people who are into pharmaceuticals and things like that talk about tallow and how it is the best for your face. And I would never listen to these people usually because they just want to inject people to make them look younger, but they actually say that this tallow is 1,000 out of 10 good for your face. Yeah. And when you get reaffirmed with those things by people that you would not usually listen to, you really realize that, wow, this is actually universally a good idea. But there's a lot of different products on the market. And what I like about what you do is that you literally see the cows grazing. Yeah. You kill them yourselves, and you do it all yourselves from scratch, and you know exactly what's in it. And I know my audience really appreciates that. Yeah. And we love to support family-run businesses, but often at markets and things like that, you end up having to pay such a premium. And I do it anyway if I can, but I understand why people can't. The great thing about this is it's family-run, family-made, handmade, organic, and it's not that expensive. So your competitors sell 70 grams for $33, and you're selling 100 grams for $35. And I lather this all over my face and my chest area here, and it lasts me over a month. But if you just use it more sparingly, like on your tongue, just on your face. I use it everywhere kind of thing, and it's still not expensive. Now, how do you make it? Because people probably don't know.
It was obviously a process to find out how to get all of the smell out. The first batch didn't really get it. Second one, and now that I'm probably 5 or 6 batches down, and I've got it. So we process it through water, and we also use salt. So we purify it, we triple strain it. We do that process 3 times. So it's actually, you set it and then you remelt it in water again, you set it again. So 3 times that process happens. And then it gets mixed with either olive oil, obviously extra virgin because it's the best for your skin, or an almond oil. Also amazing, different properties. And then I whip it. So, I got really excited when I heard about this whipped tallow, like how can we make this creamy thing? And literally when you blend this, it's like whipped cream. Like if you walked into the room, you'd dip your finger in there.
And you would want to eat it and want to eat it. You just would.
Think because it gets so creamy. So it's probably a great time to note that it is a natural product. So if it's in a warm room, it's softer, and if it's in a cold environment, it's actually... So if you live somewhere colder, you might find that it sets a little bit harder. You rub it into your hands before you apply it. That's just something that you'll notice. You're carrying it in a warm bag, and it might... You
don't need to put it in the fridge?
You actually don't. It's super shelf-stable, the tallow, just naturally on its own. Yeah. And it's a bit like coconut oil. You know how that gets hard and soft?
It changes.
It's like that.
And look, it honestly does feel like whipped cream. Yeah, this one, they're all different. Every batch is slightly different. Yeah. But you can see here, I'll just rub this in and you will see the glow. Look at this. It honestly stays on all night. Yeah. Depending on how much you put on it, depending on the climate as well. But I wake up in the morning and it's still shiny.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I do find sometimes, do you like to pull your hair back so while it's absorbing into your face? Sometimes I tie my hair up so that it doesn't get into any of my hair.
I have to put my hair. Yeah. When you usually can you see the shine? I don't know if you can.
Yeah, it's actually not fully rubbed in yet.
Oh, yeah. I can't see what's going on more.
Rubbing, because at the moment it looks a little bit like you put sunscreen on. If you don't mind, do you mind?
No, of course not.
This is a good thing about doing it with your sister, right?
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, so you can see as it's warming up with the the temperature of your skin, it's melting in. But yeah, I think...
Yeah, you can see how shiny that is, and it's so easy to apply. And I love sun tanning, and I always put this on afterwards to take away the sting. And if you get bites, you can put it on the bites as well.
Yeah, really...
chafing, and nappy rash.
I've got friends with eczema, and also they live in tropical places where they get a lot of bites, so they love the lavender. The lavender's the one you would use for that, whereas this is the almond and vanilla. Yep. And this one is shinier than the other ones because the almond oil is actually known for that, giving you that kind of dewy look. Yeah, which is that fresh. I love that. The first time I bought expensive skincare, I was like, oh, plumpy, I just didn't realise, but I find that I only use this now. Yeah. I've been using it for about a year, and the results are actually accumulative, which means the longer you use it, the more results you see, because it deeply penetrates because of the structure. So, the same as our skin structure, is the same structure of this. It just comes straight in and goes deeply. But it might work on repairing for a while before you see.
And what's been your personal experience using the product?
Oh, actually, I think there was a couple of years ago where you took some professional photos of me, and it was a bit of I was a bit depressed about them because, and you said, oh, Shani, you are aging. I was like, sorry. I was just probably just over 40. So that's always a phase where you're like, oh, it's hard to take that. But I think my wrinkles have really softened, I had some deeper ones coming, I've got some frown lines. I don't know.
Actually, we'll find the phone. Yeah. We haven't even done that. But you definitely have gone backwards in age. You look great. Anyway, you're healthy, you're vibrant and things like that. Anyway, what else do you want to say about it?
Anything.
What else? Well, I think we've covered most of the things. Yeah, just there's 3 types. You can find the different types on the website. You can read deeper about maybe which one would be better for you. I guess we touched on the lavender for sort of that rashy, soothing, and then the vanilla is really a bit more shiny, lighter, more dewy. Probably just the frankincense. I found that this one's really great for maybe a more mature age skin. and it really evens our skin tone. So if you've got like
Rosacea letters.
unevenness, you know, the blotchiness, massive amount of change I noticed with the rosacea.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was something that was starting, and I thought I would have that probably keep on going, and it's not there anymore.
And I think that, like I said, the cost is really important to me because, you know, everyone deserves to have something that can help them feel confident and things like that. And you just can't, not everyone can afford $200 a month for these branded skincare routines. And they take a long time because you've got to do like 5 different steps every single day. This is just one thing, and anyone can get in the habit of doing this. It is just so easy and so affordable. So 80% of Chantel's clients come back for more. So you really have nothing to lose by giving it a go, and at the same time you're supporting my work if you're a part of my community, my activism, and you're supporting my sister, which, hey, you know, isn't such a bad thing to support someone who makes everything from scratch and rears the cows and kills them herself and puts it all in that home. I don't actually.
You don't actually kill them, though.
We do use a butcher for that part of it. Just yeah.
Are you there?
I haven't perfected that skill yet. I'm not sure if I want to.
Okay.
But you do everything else. You get the point. So, yeah, I think you guys should try this out. If you've got any questions, just email me. But my sister has guaranteed me that she can keep up with the demand, because I think it's going to be pretty high, because once you try it once, you're going to want it again in the next month. So we're going to have to, you know, figure out a way to make sure.
It would be an absolute pleasure, because I really enjoy doing it. I really enjoy not wasting a product that would usually be wasted, and going back to nature, you know, something that nature had the structure, the perfect structure already there. We didn't need to over-invent it. It's already there, and it's like, you know, going back to those roots and keeping those crafts alive. I think it's awesome.
The thing I loved when you first started talking about tallow was I was on carnivore at the time. I was only eating meat and animal products, and I thought, well, if I'm only eating meat, I may as well put meat on my face as well. Oh, I'm telling you what about, yeah? It just makes sense. So yeah, it's been absolutely great. So I hope you guys enjoy the product, and thanks for explaining it to us. No worries, thanks.